Yeah, good morning, all of you. So, Vikas, what was the last class? Vikas and Sarath Kumar, what was the last class which was discussed? In the last session, we understood what is AWS, am I right? So today, let us focus on how to create AWS account, how to create AWS server. We are going to be discussing for today. In the last session, we are understood what exactly, please. What is DevOps? What is AWS? We are understood in the last session, we understood what is the difference between AWS versus DevOps. Also, we understood it's very clear. Fine. Today, our focus is how to create AWS account and log. How to create how to create AWS server and login. How to use AWS server. AWS server. So these are all the things which we are going to be discussing for today. So first, let us revise what we have discussed in the last session. Let us revise one more time for today. Then we continue these classes. Okay. Then yesterday we have understood very clearly what is an exactly what is in yesterday's session we started with what is an application, what is the server, what is a SDL. So let me know what is an application. The working software which is written any programming language we call as an application. That application we're gonna be placed on server side. Once if it is placed on server side, we can access our internet as a website like servers, network, storage, database, whatever may. So whatever the application, the working software which is written in any programming language, we call as an application. That application we gonna be placed on the servers. Then we are gonna be accessing as a website like Flipkart or Amazon, Book My Show. But what about SDLC? SDLC is a software development lifecycle. By helping of SDLC, by helping of SDLC, we can able to produce an application. In SDLC, we have a several stages and several phases. Which are all those guys, please? Analysis, design, implementation, testing, deploy, and maintenance. By following these all the stages, we can able to produce an application. But as a DevOps engineer, we're gonna be replacing complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. Complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. Our SDLC process is a complex pipeline. So why we are calling SDLC is a complex pipeline? Because if it is a manual process. Because if it is a manual process. From analysis to design, design to implementation, implementation testing, testing to deploy, deploy to maintenance is a manual process. Due to this manual process, if we got an issue, for identification, it will take long time. For resolving issue also, it will take long. That means the cost will be increased, the quality will be decreased. Customers are not satisfied. So that is the reason we are gonna be replacing with a complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. Our DevOps is an automated transparent pipeline. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, even if you got an issue, for identification, it will take long time. For resolving issues, it will take long time. That means cost will be reduced, the quality will be increased, and customer is not satisfied. So, but actual DevOps process is like this. So, as a DevOps engineer, we're gonna be replacing complex pipeline with what? Transparent pipeline. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, we have a plan, coding, integration, testing, release, deploy, operation. In this DevOps transparent pipeline, our roles and responsibilities start from dev environment, ends with what? Operation. Means we are part of coding, interaction, integration, testing, release, deploy, operation. But to be frankly, we are not writing any coding. We are not writing any test cases. Just we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. But for implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, we are going to be learning these are all the tool stack. Which are all the tool stack we're going to be learning? Git, Maven, Jenkins, JFrog, SonarQube, Ansible, AWS, Amazon Web Services. These are all the tools we are going to be learning. Docker, Kubernetes, Elk, and Terraform. These are all the tools we are going to be implementing an automated DevOps transparent pipeline. But while implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, while implementing this DevOps transparent pipeline, while implementing DevOps transparent pipeline, we required infrastructure. What kind of infrastructure is required? What kind of infrastructure is required? We require servers, network, storage, database. What kind of infrastructure is required? We require servers are required, networks are required, storage is required, and database is required. These are all infrastructure is required for deploying our application, Flipkart kind of application. But how many ways we can able to get this infrastructure? From physical environment, yes. Virtual environment, yes. From cloud environment, yeah. We can able to get it from physical environment, virtual environment, cloud environment. Sir, what is the cloud computing? What is in exactly the cloud computing? What is in exactly the cloud computing? So the remote place, what is the data center? You know very well. The huge computing for keeping in a rack wise in a big room with a data center. From this data centers, from this data center, from this data center, if we can access, if we can able to control over internet any kind of resource from a laptop is nothing but what exactly the cloud computing. Let me repeat again. The remote placed resources such as servers, network, storage, database, if we can access over internet from a laptop is nothing but what exactly cloud computing. But any cloud is a rental based infrastructure. By using cloud, we are not buying anything. We're gonna be getting only rental based infrastructure only. And based on usage, we're gonna be pay rent. But any cloud is a rental base. But which cloud we're gonna be learning? AWS, Amazon Web Services. In Amazon Web Services, totally we are gonna be learning 45 plus services. These are all the services we dividing into the four model. Which are all the models? VPC model, EC2 model, RDS model, S3 model. VPC is nothing but a network. EC2 is nothing but a server. RDS is nothing but a database. S3 is nothing but a storage. So, what kind of infrastructure is required for deploying our applications like servers, network, storage, database? We can able to get it from cloud. We can able to get it from cloud. But we are gonna be learning. We are gonna be learning. We are gonna be understand for today EC2. Before creating EC2 server, so let us understand how to create a server. How to create a server. Please wait 1 second. Let it be open our slides. So what is in exactly EC2? Elastic Cloud Compute. By helping of EC2 Elastic Cloud Compute, we can able to create EC2 just think like your desktop. EC2 just think like your desktop. There's a scalable computing capacity. Launch as much as few virtual machine as you needed. As much as virtual machines, we needed, we can able to create. But before creating EC2 server, first we need to create a AWS account. Sir, how we can able to create AWS account and login? How we can able to create AWS account and login? First, let it be open our existing. I have already created one document. Please be use the document. One second. Let it be open AWS account creation document. Please wait 1 second. Hmm. 1 second. Let it be open from here only. I can get it from here. AWS account creation. Please use this. I will upload this session. I will upload this document. Let it be download this. Let it be upload. By using this document, please be create AWS. I'm trying to upload this same document to all. Please let it be. So you can download from the chat box, please. AWS console. What is the first step? Please be Google it. AWS console. Once if it is AWS console. Once if it is AWS console, please be click on AWS management console. Click on create AWS account. So choose email address, password, confirm password, account name. Please be provide your details like full name, phone number, address, city, state, postal. Please be fill your debit card details. Don't go for credit card. Please fill a debit card details, but not a credit card. Once if it is provide OTP, it will be activated. It will be revert. This 2 rupees also will revert back to your account. Don't worry. The next page will be verifying your payment, verifying your phone number. Please provide your valid phone number. Once if it is provide valid phone number, it will be verified. Once if it is verified phone number, choose a basic plan. Once if it is choose a basic plan, your account will be activated. And please provide your registered email address. And password you can able to log in like this. So once if it is successfully create an account, you can able to log in like this. Sign in console. Please, so for a first time. So you in your case, please be skip it after providing username password. Whatever the MFA code you don't be set it, please be skip it and continue. But in my case, it is already set it to my mobile. So it will be so I will link with my Google Authenticator mobile 05903. So once if it is successfully logged in, yeah, we can able to choose EC2. Please we choose EC2 services. So what we are going to be creating is please EC2. Sir, what is EC2 please right now? EC2 is the elastic compute cloud. By helping of EC2, we can able to create a server. Server is just like your laptop, which are all the components available in your laptop. The same components we are going to be using for server. But the naming conventions are different. So in your laptop, in your desktop, we calling as an operating system, CPU, hard disk, RAM, firewall, NIC card. These are all things that so the same components we are going to be using in EC2 server also, but naming conventions are different. Here is an operating system, here is a name, here is a CPU, here is instance type, here is a hard disk, here is a EBS volume, here is a RAM, here is a RAM, firewall, security group, here is a network card, it is an IP address. So which are all the components available in your desktop? The same components we are going to be using are in EC2 instance. But before creating EC2 server in AWS, first let it be make it note which are all the components, which are all the steps we are going to be implementing. Let it be config. Let it be write down the steps first. What are the first step, guys? Please create AWS account and login. Create AWS server and try to log in. But before creating, which are all the steps I need to follow, please? What are the first step I need to please? Which are all the steps, please? So create a AWS account and login. Once if it is successfully, once if it is successfully, once if it is successfully create a AWS account and login, then choose launch instance. Choose EC EC2 services. EC2 services. Once if it is choose EC2 services, choose launch instance. Choose launch instance. Once if you to choose launch instance, instance is nothing but a server. Once if it is launch instance, then choose instance count and name of the server. Once if it is chosen instance count and name of the server, then choose so Ubuntu Linux operating system. Ubuntu Linux AMI, it is an operating system. Once if it is choose Ubuntu Linux AMI, AMI, then choose instance type as type as T2 micro. It has 1 core CPU and 1 GB RAM. And once if it is choose instance type, then let us choose create a new PEM. It is just like a password. So once if it is choose PEM file as a password, then please choose a default network. A default network. Default network. So once if it is default network, please choose security group as security group as T2 micro, security group as SSH and HTTP. Sir, what is SSH and what is HTTP? SSH means what? We can able to log in from Linux to Linux. HTTP means what? We can access web server from internet. So once if it is chosen SSH, choose a default 8 GB of RAID wallet. It is just like a hard disk. By choosing launch instance, we can create server on AWS. Clear all of perfect. Understand this. Okay, shall we implement the same process in AWS? Yeah. What are the first step which we do, guys, please? So please EC2 service. Once if it choose EC2 service, click on launch instance. Please choose one instance, one server. Okay. You can limit as anything, n number of servers we can able to create. But as of right now, we're choosing only one. Okay. But what are the server name, please? I want to make it a server as a web server. I want to make this server as a my web server. Once if it is make it as a web server, please choose Ubuntu. Ubuntu. And if it is scroll down, please choose T2 micro. It has 1 core CPU and 1 GB RAM. 1 core CPU and 1 GB RAM. And please choose So we are gonna be creating up to this point what we have chosen. So default name is web server, which operating system we chosen Ubuntu. Then if it is scrolled on, please choose T2 micro. It has 1 core CPU, 1 GB RAM. Then please be create a new PIM file. PIM file is just like a password. PIM file is just like your password. Which are all the PIM files? Which are all the password I'm gonna be using? I'm gonna be choosing my existing key, or else I can able to create a new PIM file also. Please be choose a new PIM file. The PIM file name is my key. Any name we can able to give my key. What are the date for today? 16th September 24. 24. So by this name, I'm gonna be creating, I'm gonna be download. So once if it is successfully download, once if it is successfully download the PEM file, and if it is scrolled down, you can able to choose default network, SSH and HTTP. Once if it is scrolled down, you can able to find 8 GB of hard disk by clicking on this 8 GB of hard disk after choosing. By click on launch instance, automatically we can able to create a server in the cloud. So once if it is successfully chosen, yeah, is the server is creating or not? Tell me. Is the server is creating or not? Tell me. Yes. Where exactly the server is creating? In US, in Oregon, US West, not in our account, not in our laptop. It will be created in the cloud, but not in a laptop. Locally, it is not creating. This server is creating in Oregon region, one of the data center name called 2A. So as we discussed in the beginning, so what is the cloud computing is, please? Anybody, please? What is the cloud computing, please? The remote placed resources such as servers, network, storage, databases. If we can access over internet from a laptop is nothing but what exactly the cloud computing. Is it an exactly or not? Tell me. So over internet from a laptop, am I creating, am I controlling over internet the remote place which is in exactly created, creating or not? Tell me. Yes or no is nothing but what exactly the cloud computing. Yeah, after successfully creating, we can make this as a web server. We can make it as a Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, application server, database, anything, whatever you want, you can able to try to do that. Clear, all of you understood this. Sir, after successfully creating the server, how exactly we can able to getting into the server? How we can able to getting into the server? The server is Linux machine. Whatever we created is a Linux machine. But how exactly we can able to getting into the server? The server is Linux machine. But your laptop is a Windows machine. Windows to Linux, Linux to Windows. Directly we can able to log in. That's what we are gonna be depending on third-party tools. Please be download third-party tools. So how we can use your laptop? How to how to use your server? How to use AWS server? The first step is which we need to do, please install Git on your laptop. On your laptop. Sir, how to install Git on a laptop? So very easy. Git for Windows, very first one, very first package. Please be download. Please be double click on very first link. Yeah, Git for Windows 64 setup. So once if it is successfully downloaded, Once if it is successfully downloaded, then double click on it. It will be installed Git in your laptop. Please double click on it. Say yes to continue. And click on next, 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 finish. Install. Automatically Git will be installed in a laptop. Once if it is installed Git in a laptop, once if it is installed Git in a laptop, we can able to see this option, right click, more option, Git bash. More options. So once if it is successfully done, okay, where you are download a PEM file, please be open the particular location. Then let it be go to the server side. Please be select server. Click on connect. Click on SSH. Copy this SSH connection. Open the particular location where you download a PEM file. Right click. Open Git bash and paste your SSH connection. That's it. You will be landing into the cloud server. Say yes to continue. Sudo -i sudo -i. And once if it is successfully done, let it be write down up to this point, you will make it benefited after this class. So install Git on a laptop, then please be copy SSH connection. Please be copy SSH connection. Open folder where the PEM file. Download it and paste your SSH connection. Paste SSH connection. Once if it is open Git bash, where you download a PEM file, paste your SSH connection. Then say yes. And say yes. So once if it is done, then you will be landing onto this page. Yeah, somebody is asking question, let it be answered. Sir, what is the meaning of T22? T2 micro, it has one core CPU, 1 GB RAM. I explained, look at here. So choosing instance type as a T2 micro, it has one core CPU and 1 GB RAM. Yes, the combination of these two we calling as RAM, CPU plus RAM, we calling as what T2 micro. Because yeah. So once if it is done, let it be continue. Once if it is done, then first we need to switch it to the root. Sudo -i. Let it be try to do this, please. So once if it is done, sudo -i, you will be landing into the root. Once if it is successfully done, then hash means what? Apt get update. So once if it is an apt-get update, the server is ready, then we can execute anything. Apt-get install Apache to web server. Apt-get update. Apt-get update. Apt-get install Apache 2i. Then automatically Apache 2 server will be installed. So once if it is successfully done, then we can access this web server over internet from anywhere in the world. Let us try to copy this public IP. Can able to access this over internet or not? See here. Are we accessing the same page from your laptop also? Verified. Is it clear, all of you, please? Is it clear, all of you, please? Any questions, please, for today's session? Tomorrow onwards, we're gonna be start regular sessions. Okay. So any questions for today's session, please ask me. You can unmute, you can talk to me also. Sarath, Srini, and Sudhakar, Sumit, Vikas, please, you can unmute, you can talk to me also for today's session. Tomorrow onwards, we're gonna be start asset. Sir, how to make public and private? We'll discuss in networking concept. We are gonna be making it as a public to private, private to public. We'll discuss a huge discussion will be there. Okay, don't worry. But any server we have a public IP, private IP. By using private IP, we can able to communicate internally. By using public IP, we can access the server over internet. That's what. So server can expose over internet by using public IP, but not public, private. Srini. Got it. Sarath, Sudhakar, Sumit, Vikas, any questions, please? Sudhakar, please.
Sir, what is the duration of this course, sir?
Duration I explained in the beginning, but once again, let me show you better it will understand. Once again. The total duration is 4 months and 3.5 months, but it will take 4 months.
Okay.
1 or 2 weeks or minus 2 weeks, and that's what
Right, sir.
that's what. Okay, AWS completely be discussing. Complete administration we're gonna be learning. DevOps with AWS. What we are committing 4 months, not enough, but it will try to complete. Okay, but these are all the prerequisites before joining. So who can join? Which are all the things I'm gonna be providing. If you look at here, what are the so this is our admin number. Daily 1 hour class, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Classes are Monday to Saturday. This is our admin number. You can use it. Yeah, got it, Sudhakar.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, please? Any other questions, please? Yeah. Srini, you want to talk to Srini, please? Any question? You can unmute or talk to the Srini also. Yeah. Sarath, Vikas. Yeah. Get that's it, guys. Please, we'll continue by tomorrow. Thank you.